Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Live Show, episode 372. It is a Sunday afternoon, and you know what that means? It means that we didn't have the chance to do our boys review last night. So here we are to discuss season 4, episode 8 of The Boys, aka the season 4 finale. As always, is Nerd Connor here alongside our wonderful co-host Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, Brad. Literally 1 p.m. Pacific time, and 3 p.m. Central time. Yeah, yeah. Of course, my friends, we are happy to be here to discuss this with you guys. It is not another Acolyte review. We're done with that. We are here for the boys.
Thank God.
But yeah, we had to put this aside because Brad was somewhere last night. I went to go see Twisters. I actually could have came back and we still would have done it if Brad was here. I thought it was gonna take longer, but no, it didn't take that long. But yeah, I went last night to watch Twisters. Brad was out. We could have done this on Friday, but Brad was like, "Hey, Brad, hey, bro." I was like, apparently I have my cousin's birthday on Friday." Yeah. Brad forgot that he had a cousin. Yeah, and guess what? Now I have a cousin's birthday tonight.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm gonna break the news for you guys. I'm sorry, but tonight we cannot do House of the Dragon review because two things. Episode is 70 minutes long tonight.
Woo.
So it's an hour and 10 minutes. And I would like to be in bed at least by 10:30 at least. Because I have to go to work tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm doing the day shift. So I need to be out of this apartment by 6 o'clock to get ready. Actually, I should be out of this apartment by 5:56 a.m. because the bus leaves at 6:06 a.m. so I can get to work on time. So we will do it. We will do it tomorrow, guys. After we're done with our Bergman on Patreon, and we're gonna do the boys for you guys. So sorry, Brad. Everything's gonna change once I'm moved out, and everything's gonna be fine. So we just need to deal with this for like
I'm good.
just the rest of August until the 24th. To be honest.
I mean, we've been doing this for almost 8 years now, so
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll be here.
People still find a way to listen to it and watch us. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, plus they got you got a whole back catalog of like thousands of episodes if you really want to listen to us.
Yeah. But yeah, Brad, before we can get into the review, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. Not too bad. Trying to think. No, I haven't really done anything.
No?
No.
I was about to watch the movie for tomorrow, and then I was like, oh shit, I still haven't showered, so I was like, oh, I should probably go do that before my cousin gets here for me. So yeah, because I'm gonna leave at my cousin's place in a bit, so I might just take my iPad over there and watch it. I'm not sure still what I'm gonna do, but I get home tomorrow like around 7, so I might, if I can watch a little bit tonight, and then finish the rest when I come back from work, should be good to go. Yeah, and Brad apparently was not aware of what just happened. I don't know what's happened on the other end, but yeah, guys, we're back for the boys. Boys season 4, episode 8, and yeah, I don't have anything else to say, man. Just was chilling. I went to go see Twisters last night, which was actually pretty good. I didn't expect it to be good. So
the first Twister was good. They made a whole freaking Universal ride on that thing.
Yeah. Well, there's some people who disagree with you, Brad. His name is Alejandro Flores, bro.
What about the first Twister?
Yeah, he says Twister sucks.
Although I haven't seen Twisters since I was a child.
Yeah.
So my memory could be, but I remember the Universal ride for Twister, which was really fucking cool. Yeah. And it was basically like you weren't really riding on anything. You were kind of walking through it, but it had the whole wind and like rain, mist. And this was in like the early 90s, I think.
Yeah. Well, man, there's some people who don't like it. And his name is Alex Flores.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I guess some people just don't like tornadoes.
Yeah. I just went because like I said, guys, I'm fascinated by like what's it called, like natural disasters and disaster films. Now, I like disaster films.
I'm fascinated by the storm chasers.
Yeah,
because those guys are crazy.
Yeah, but like I like disaster movies that aren't so fucking stupid. You won't catch me, seeing some of these movies where it's like really outlandish stuff, like Moon. Like I didn't like Moon. I thought Moon was so silly and so dumb. Like
You did like Apocalypto though.
Apocalypse is great,
Yeah,
but that's
you
because of
did.
a different reason.
Okay. See,
Yeah,
I've never seen Apocalypto. I usually
yeah,
don't watch these end of the world
yeah. Well,
movies.
Apocalypse is about the Mayans and the conquest of the
Wasn't
Mayans.
it about like the end of the world too though?
Well,
Or
what
no?
they no, you're thinking about 2012, Brad.
No, maybe.
2012. Now, 2012 is a pretty fun, what's it called, the end of the world film. Apocalypto is just about the what's it called, the Mayan conquest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
Um.
the trailer like put it as like end of the world
Yeah.
esque.
No, bro. It's
But man, I'm misremembering because it's been a while.
Yeah. As the
Wasn't that
Mayan
a Mel
kingdom faces
Gibson
its
film?
decline, a young man is taken on a perilous journey to world by fear, ruled by fear and oppression. Yeah, it's a Mel Gibson film.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I fucking hate that it was a fucking Mel Gibson film, bro. Like it's so fucking good. It's
He's done,
so
he did Passion of the Christ and he did Apocalypto. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah. There's two sides to it, man.
And he hated all those people.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Brad. Yeah, I just I went there and I was like, I saw it. I thought it was pretty fucking cool, man. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Now I don't remember a damn thing about Twister. Like I don't remember a damn thing about Twister. But it was pretty cool.
I just remember I thought it was good, but then again, I was a child, so
Yeah.
I think you go see any movie kind of like that, you're like, that's cool.
Yeah, you're like, oh, cool. That's so cool. But yeah, Brad, it's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. Storm chasing's wild. I mean, I don't know how people do it. It would be pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
But with that said, let's go ahead and get into this, Brad. So if you have not watched the season 4 finale of The Boys, you should probably get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the episode, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. All right, Brad. Season 4, episode. Yeah, episode 8, titled Season 4 Finale.
What a great time.
Yeah. Calling all patriots. We will not allow this stolen election to be certified tomorrow. We must stop Bob Singer's woke anti-soup agenda. Prepare for war. Hashtag where we go, one, we go Vaught.
Hashtag.
Yo. Directed by Eric Kripke. Written by Jessica.
Isn't it Kripke? I thought it was Kripke.
Kripke? Yeah.
I don't know. I could be
Directed by Eric Kripke, written by Jessica Chow and David Reed, developed by Eric Kripke, and based on the Dynamite Entertainment comic book series by Garth Ennis and illustrated by Derek Robertson. The series stars Carl Urban, Jack Quaid, Anthony Starr, Aaron Moriarty, Jesse T. Usher, Laz Alonso, Chase Crawford, Tomer Capone, Karen Fukuhara, Nathan Mitchell, Colby Minifi, Claudia Domit, Cameron Crovetti, Susan Hayward, Valerie Curry, Jeffrey D. Morgan. Yep. And Jeffrey D. Morgan. Yep. All right, man. Brad, let's see if we have any trivia here. Let's see if we have any trivia before we start. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to have ourselves a pretty lengthy discussion here. But the original name of the episode Assassination Run got changed in the wake of the assassination attempt on Donald Trump 5 days before release.
Okay.
Yeah. First episode of the series directed by showrunner Eric Kripke since the season 1 finale, You Found Me. That's funny. The name on all the passports that MM passes out are all names of famous rock stars. MM's alias is John Bonham. Annie's is Debbie Harry. Huey's is Robert Plant. Frenchie's is Jimmy Page, and Kimiko's is Joanne Jett.
They'll never.
The rock and roll aliases are also not supernatural, where Sam and Dean always use similar aliases.
They'll never find us.
No, they'll never find us.
They'll never find Robert Plant.
Yeah, they'll never find Robert Plant, Brad. Yeah. All right, man. Brad, we're finally we oh my god, man. Okay. So this is the end. This is the finale, season 4. We are confirmed that the final season of The Boys will drop in 2026. The fifth and final season of The Boys drops in 2026. That means probably next year we get Gen V season 2.
Yep.
Which awesome because I love Gen V. But I have to, I have to say this, man. Um, up until this point, I was satisfied with this show. Like I said, this is really good. This is good stuff. But nothing that I said was like as great as season 3, or as like as good as season 2 as well.
Mhm.
Where I was like, okay, this is gonna be one of those seasons where like I definitely like it more than the first season, even though I love the first season as well. But I'm like, I love the season, but it's the same stuff that I've been seeing from the boys, and I'm not like really, what's it called, amazed yet. Like there's been some episodes that really blew me away, but I'm like overall as a season, I'm like I'm not amazed. I'm kind of just really enjoying this again as always.
Yeah.
Until this episode. Oh my god, man! Does season 4, episode 8 really wrap up the individual story of this season? And you think once again, it's like, oh, okay, it's the same ending. Homelander gets his way, he becomes more powerful, but it's the other things that are getting wrapped up that really blow my mind here. I thought this was a great, well executed episode. Love performances all around, all across the board here, and it just, like I told Brad, it perfectly gives Gem V the material for their next season, while also perfectly setting up the ground for season 5 of The Boys and building that hype for us to get to 2026. I love this episode. This was the finale I was waiting for, and I loved every single minute of it. Brad, what are your initial thoughts?
I thought it was all right. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
This was the best. This was the best episode of the season. So, so many twists and turns in this. I quite loved it. I was not expecting a lot that happened in this, which is what I want. This is what I want from the boys. I want them to come with, kind of that gore aspect to it. You don't have to go overtly with it like an Eli Roth movie, but you bring the boys aspect, and then you add in a lot of the turmoil for these characters, and then you add in a lot of these twists and turns where you don't know exactly where it's going, not what you were expecting. So for that, I give them a high 5. I think this is the best episode of the season.
Yes, sir. 100%. So if we can go through here. So we started off. I'm not gonna remember everything, but I'm gonna save some of the big stuff for the end. But I want to first start off with the whole like shapeshifter and what's it called, Huey and Annie thing that was going on here. So Huey. So yeah. So like what's it called? They got Huey's hopes up. He proposes. He thought he was getting proposed to, so he proposes to her, and that's all cool and all. And then they go, what's it called? They have sex and all that stuff. But it seems that the shapeshifter is like actually enjoying being Annie. She's like, like, and I think like the way I read it, Brad, she was like, I love kind of making people like happy here. Like,
Yeah,
this
like,
is pretty cool.
I like seeing their face whenever
Yeah.
I make their wildest dreams come true.
Which is not a bad thing, but like.
But then you have Annie locked away in a
Yeah.
dark dungeon, and she's having to peel off her skin to get out of those
Yeah.
handcuffs. So not the greatest feeling with that.
Plus, she's still supposed to fucking kill Singer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not the
Which
not the
that
best
whole
choice.
scene in the bunker down there was fucking funny.
Yeah.
Just Huey trying to tell MM like they're like, what? The kid, he's trying to tell Kimiko like, and she's like, what?
Yep. But
It's great. It's great acting in that aspect.
Yeah, I loved what was going on there, and I think that the way it got resolved and just yeah, they were like this whole season you've kind of felt like a little bit of tension there with them too, but they ended up at the end of this episode, it's like, hey, like what's it called, all these things that you think that I want from you, they're also the things that what's it called, like your imperfections are what I remember the most about you.
Yeah,
and the things that you do that really
it wasn't you.
Yeah, it's like how I knew it wasn't you. And
which
I love
great dialogue, by the way. That was great. That might have been some of the best dialogue in this episode was between Huey and Annie in that part. when he was
Yeah.
discussing how he knew it wasn't her.
Yeah. And I have to say, I love her just like saying, what's it called? You are getting every single test known to man.
That's the thing, though. If it shape shifts into Annie, wouldn't it have Annie's? Mm.
Who knows? I don't know how that
I,
works, Brad.
I don't know how that works. I mean,
Yeah.
because she can shape shift into a man, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know
Who
how it
knows?
works, Brad. But what you think about all the stuff with Annie and Huey and the shapeshifter?
I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was very impressive. And then Annie kind of. I don't know how Annie got in the bunker though. How did Annie get in the
Yeah.
bunker?
I have no idea.
That was. I don't like. I don't need to know that. Just I know
Maybe
she
that
got in.
bunker, maybe where she was being kept was like part of where the bunker was.
That'd be kind of weird. But anyways, that's not a big plot hole for me.
Yeah.
Annie showed up, saved the day with Kimiko. The twist, Kimiko's head being twisted all the way around.
Oh my god.
That was fucking awesome to see. And I think it was just a really great scene showing this team and how they were able to manage in some form, even though they're so scatterbrained and just dysfunctional, how they saved the president somehow.
Yeah. Somehow they save him, right?
Somehow. Like, I don't know. And they probably won't be thanked for it because, it's Singer.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was one of the really compelling parts of this season, this episode, and of course we have the stuff with Butcher and all that. But
But
um,
because there's two different scenes with Butcher in this that are
yeah.
highlights.
Well, I
I
want to
like to
talk
talk
about
about
the
the
Butcher, the
where
sick Butcher.
the sick
Sick.
Butcher. Yes.
Yeah. Which they had me convinced. I was like, bro, I think Butcher's just gonna bite the bullet here, man. I think they're
Well,
gonna bite the bullet.
and we finally figured out what it was. It's Butcher doesn't have the superpowers. His cancer
Yeah.
cells have the superpower. And he basically, and this comes to the question: is who's in control now? Is it Butcher
Yeah.
or is it this cancer? Because at the end there, after the whole issues with Grace and Ryan, and we'll discuss that. It sounds like he gave in to Joe Kessler, which is the embodiment of the cancer in him, of the mutated cancer. And so, who's
Mm-hmm.
now controlling Butcher? Is this like, did Butcher just accept this, and now Butcher's just doing this, or is it now Joe Kessler who's took over?
I think Joe Kessler took over, Brad.
Or I think Butcher just got tired of fighting him, and maybe that's it. And maybe
Yeah.
that part of him, because like Joe Kessler said, like, these are your thoughts. I'm just the embodiment of them. But is that really
Yeah.
true? I don't know.
But I love all of the stuff in that room, bro. All the stuff that happened in the hospital room, between with Ryan, with Grace. I thought, God, man, just
I
great
think
writing here.
I think Grace Mallory screwed the pooch though,
She did.
because she was trying to force it, and even Butcher knew that you couldn't force this issue because it was, I mean, and for what Homelander is, it's still Ryan's dad at the end of the day. So Butcher was
Hmm.
trying to go in there and for once not just go in there in a blaze of glory. He was actually trying to kind of like slowly get Ryan to like,
Yeah.
see it, and then Grace just fucked it all up.
I think that Grace majorly fucked it up.
Yeah. She
Because
paid the price.
like you said, Brad, put all that aside, that kid, that's his father. That's still his father, and
Yeah, and
you
it's
know,
a very, I mean,
and
and
it
to ask
sucks.
him,
Yeah,
well, and also they were asking him to be a weapon, and that's one thing that
exactly.
he said that he doesn't want to be,
Yeah,
and it came down. She rushed him, and she paid the price with her life,
yeah,
and that's Butcher kind of lost the fight there because he gave up on Ryan, even though I don't think that was a reason to give up on Ryan.
yeah. I don't
Because Ryan's
necessarily
still young.
more ice cream.
More ice cream for me.
It means that I should get a discount of ice cream. um, Brad, I have to say, I don't necessarily see what happened as Ryan turning evil. You
No,
get what I mean?
Well, I don't think
I
it's
think
Ryan.
I think
I don't. Ryan just doesn't want to be in the middle of this.
yeah, Ryan doesn't want to be in the middle of it. I think that Ryan doesn't even go the route of going back to Homelander.
No, I mean we got it on the last episode for the puppet show. He did not want to be a part of any of it.
Yeah. Like I think that Ryan's gonna be in this middle route, which I want to cross my fingers and hope that Ryan actually probably gets picked up by one of the Godolkin kids and like gets saved by the Godolkin kids and hangs out with them instead.
Yeah.
So like in Gen
What
V season
do you
two,
think? Do you think they'll have him in Gen V season 2?
that's what I'm hoping that crossing my fingers that somehow it's like Ryan just like saying no, forget about all this shit. Like I don't want to do with this, and he
Well,
ends up
the only issue is the Godolkin kids are still stuck
yeah
in VOT. They're still under VOT somewhere.
Which to me, I feel like it's not him going back to Homelander, but trying to figure out what else is being kept undercover at Vaughn. And Ryan finds a way to help, break out the Godolkin kids.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Which so that way, what's it called? Because like everyone's like saying, well, then who the hell is like Ryan going to team up with now? And it's like maybe it'll be Ryan and Ashley. I don't know, but I think it would be cool if you do something with the Godolkin kids, kind of taking Ryan under their wing.
Yeah, because right now, with Butcher basically giving into his super cancer and Grace Mallory dead, that there's really no team up there for Ryan. So really, it is the Godolkin kids. I think that might be his only option. Yeah. But speaking of Ashley, she took the V real quick.
Yeah, well, she was scared, bro.
Well, she overheard. Well, Homelander just like threw her aside.
Yeah,
it's like yeah. Although I found it hilarious the list of the Deep and Noir, and Noir being like, "Well, this isn't Ashley," and the Deep's like, "Well, it's not that Ashley." He's like, "How many?"
Which also
are fucking called Ashley.
Brad also brings up the point. Do you even fucking know what Ashley's last name is? I don't think they've ever said on a single episode what Ashley's last name is.
It was hilarious that the Deep brought that up.
Yeah.
But and then he spells Ashley with 2 E's at the end.
Yeah, I don't think we know what Ashley's name, last name actually is.
I don't think any. It kind of makes sense, and it's kind of sad because none of the soups found it important to mention.
Yeah, no
one.
It says here that it's Barrett. When do you ever say their name, bro?
Maybe one of the earlier seasons.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But
I mean that whole scene, like she's running scared. Like,
she's scared, bro.
And I think Homelander hurt her running.
Yeah. We didn't see her die, so Ashley's alive.
Ashley's alive. I mean, the wig is off, but Ashley's alive.
Yeah, I hope that the V actually brought her hair back.
I don't know. The way her head was moving, it might give her like super. I don't know, something with the brain. It might be a hole, so she can go against Sister Sage.
Yeah. But great stuff there with Billy and Ryan and Grace. I can tell that, like, I know Grace meant that. Like, she truly wants the best for Ryan.
Yeah, but
truly wants her to
the way she went about it, trying to force it.
But she goes about it the wrong way, and Ryan just probably feels like there's nobody who has my interest in mind. Nobody actually wants to listen to me.
Well, and everyone wants to just keep him in the cage.
Yeah. Now you gotta let him. That's why I feel like that's probably gonna be the case for him and the Godolkin kids meeting up together, because like all those kids want just to be normal. Yeah. And don't want to have to be weapons. They don't want to be heroes. They just want to kind of be students and kids. So I think that's going to be
I think that'd be a very interesting way to do it.
Would be a really cool dynamic too.
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool. I hope that I just guess the plot for next season, and I'm big brain.
We're just waiting now.
Yeah, but I think it would be really cool.
I mean, because you kind of lost the Homelander on that team because he burned up.
Yeah, burned up, and then sadly, man, it sucks that he's not gonna be that one guy. I can't remember his name.
They died in the motorcycle accident.
Yeah, man, it really sucks, man. But yeah, man, great stuff there. Brad, what about the episode of Truth Bomb? I think that's the name of the show. Yeah, where he just completely
Who
like yeah
he threw
Homelander. This
he
episode,
just threw Newman freaking under the bus.
yeah, bro.
Well,
Well,
and Homeland from Homelander's point of view, it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
yeah,
get over it. The soups are going to be taken over. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. You
yeah,
know, she's a soup. She works with us. Fuck it. What are you going to do?
yeah. Also, you know, there's a couple things I wanted. So first of all, I love that scene. I love especially Anthony Starr's mannerisms. Like what's when he gets up and he's just like, she's like, hey, hey, and he looks back. He's like,
Like, nope.
who cares? Like,
Nope. I am not discussing this.
but I loved that episode. But I also noticed something like her powers are through her eyes. Nobody thought of maybe we should just stab her in the eye.
Well, I don't think anybody could ever get close enough
Yeah,
before their head exploded. You know,
yeah. But I think
which
that scene,
we actually get, and we'll get to it. But Butcher
yeah,
allows us to notice
yeah.
that.
But I think that scene specifically sets up two really important things. What's it called? Where Newman goes from in this episode, and also you start seeing what's up with Firecracker. Like she's starting to cough,
Oh,
get a little bit short of breath.
The meds are not doing well.
Meds are not doing. I think those meds are probably made out of the same compounds that are found in the virus that what's called the guy was making.
That be that Frenchie was making, or that
The what's called the Samir.
Samir was making. I mean, that'd be very interesting.
Because she's like, oh, I'm getting like shortness of breath, and like she's feeling like really sick. Like, of course, it's fucking COVID. Basically, what they're saying.
The scene where Homelander tells her to move down chairs, though, had to be the funniest scene.
Yeah.
So like get away from me. And she moves one chair, and then she moves another chair.
Yeah.
Because Homelander don't care. Let's be real.
You don't care. You don't care. But what's it called? Newman just kind of like finally realizes it. Like, it doesn't matter. All of this, what I wanted to become president. Like, I'm gonna just be under the control of Homelander. I'm not gonna be the president. I'm not gonna make decisions. I'm under the control of Homelander.
And she knows her daughter will never be safe because of it.
Yep. So
I think she could have been okay with being, Homelander's puppet there, except for her daughter. I think that was kind of what caused her to defect.
Yeah. Which so yeah, what's it called? So of course she calls Huey and like, yeah, like I understand that like is this kind of a tricky situation, and you think like, oh man, so how are we gonna do this? And it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure what's it called? They'll be fine with it and stuff, and
Well, that whole dialogue though between them all, that was freaking fantastic.
Oh yeah,
between like Frenchie and Kimiko. Well, I guess Kimiko doesn't talk, but she was there. Mother's Milk, Annie, and then Huey, and Huey basically expressing why they should do it and how they've been going about it all wrong before that. And then Mother's Milk was like, fuck it. Just straight up, fuck it. Nothing else has worked. We're dead anyway if it doesn't. So,
yeah. So, and I truly believe that I think that would have gone right if Butcher.
What? Butcher / Joe Kessler.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Butcher was trying to do, I think, with Ryan. I think he was trying to go about it so he didn't have to do a whole, soup genocide.
Yeah.
And then
I don't believe that Butcher will kill Ryan. I don't think Butcher has it in him to do that.
But
neither does. I don't think that that's how it's going to happen. I don't think that
Butcher might fight back.
Butcher might fight back, but everybody else, yeah, they're kind of not safe.
Though he didn't attack Kimiko or Annie.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
But he did attack Zoe.
He did.
Which didn't kill her, right?
We didn't see a death on screen, so I'm guessing she's not dead.
Yeah.
I think she got knocked out.
There's another one that I'll go ahead and throw out for joining the Gadol.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're sending her to the same home as her mother went to, which is not great.
Yeah. So
Red River Institute.
yeah. So this is where my only gripe of this episode happens, Brad. Other than that, this would easily be a perfect episode to me. The CGI on the tentacles and stuff
Hmm.
looked really spotty. Where it was like, oh,
Okay.
this is very much, you can tell that it's green screen. Like, it
Okay.
looks really odd. Like, there just wasn't like finishing touches left on it. Like, it looked really bad to
I
me.
don't know. I don't. That doesn't really ruin the rest of this episode.
It doesn't
I
ruin
get
it.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
It's just like,
if Disney's can spend so many millions per episode of the Acolyte, you could get
yeah,
a little couple million for CGI on this.
for
Sure.
From Bezos especially.
But we saw the rabbit tentacles in a
Yeah.
previous episode. It looked like that.
It,
I mean,
but it was the with the lighting in this
yeah,
episode,
okay.
Brad. With the lighting in this episode, it also makes kind of like, to me, Butcher look a little video gamey. Makes it feel like, okay, that's not an actual
Well,
location.
here's the thing though, is Butcher looked healthy,
Yeah,
which is really weird to say. Because remember, this whole season we've seen Butcher sick.
yeah,
He's dying, like
that's the cancer
seriously
taking
dying.
over, Brad.
That's the cancer. And then in this episode, at the very end here, not in this episode, but at the very end here, he looks perfectly healthy, other than for the giant tentacles flying out of his chest.
Yeah, and sadly, another thing, Trading A Train was canceled. It will not be released.
Although that was hilarious because they did the same thing WB did in real life.
Yeah, with
We're just
what's
gonna
it
take a
called, a
tax
bad
cut.
girl. Tax
Good, take
cut.
a tax cut.
Yeah. But love that stuff, bro. Fucking brutally kills Newman. Which I didn't
Ooh.
think this whole fucking season. If you told me
Newman
Claudia,
was the
let's
one
call
to
it,
die?
that Newman was going to be the one to take it.
No,
And
we
I
were
was
all
like, no,
guessing
I
A
don't.
Train, and A Train didn't even show up.
No. I think next season. I talked about it with Rachel. I think A Train's getting tracked down next season.
Yeah, probably.
I think.
You think the Godolkin kids that are hunting? Well, now they got all the soups out.
Yeah.
They've been deputized basically.
Yeah. But
well, although my favorite, okay, what were we going to talk about next? Because
I was just going to say that what's it called? That I think what's it called? The next episode. It's what's it called? It's Homelander, going for all the Starlighters, putting them in concentration camps, but it's also him going on a bit of mini revenge tour here and trying to find A Train, Maeve, and trying to kill them.
Yeah.
For betraying him. Now that he has the highest of power.
Agreed.
So
which we got to see because
Sister
Huey
Sage.
and Annie and Kimiko and Frenchie and M were all trying to escape to their respective. They split up. They're trying to escape out of here because now it's just an all-out war against the Starlighters. Which
so not a complete disbanding of the boys, but a temporary, halt.
Yeah, I mean they're trying to get out of here till they can regroup somewhere. I'm sure.
Yeah.
One of my favorite mutants though showed up again to capture M.
Yeah, they're calling him V Diddy now, Brad.
Diddy.
V Diddy, bro. V Diddy.
Thunk.
Yeah, V Diddy fucking bonked him.
I was not expecting to see that again because what was that last season or season 3? That was season 3. We saw that. So
you had to deal with that motherfucker ever since season 2, I think. Right?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I was not expecting that. We got to see the Godolkin kids.
Yeah.
Some of them back.
The
one with Frenchie.
Yeah.
The one with Frenchie and Kimiko, that was.
Yeah. Before we go into that part, I just want to talk about Sister Sage. I want to talk about Sister Sage. Because the way that whole thing wraps up, you're like, okay, obviously Firecracker, is getting sick. I think bold prediction here, Brad. I think that's how Homelander dies. I think he contracts the virus through the milk. Whatever she's got, I think that's how Homelander gets it.
Well, and if that's not it, I mean Butcher has the virus now.
Yeah.
So whatever his plan is.
Yeah. So Sister Sage comes in and is like, fucking idiot. He goes, that's exactly what I wanted you to do. Because this was the plan all along. He fucking, gives us the phone. The fucking the Speaker of the
Yeah,
House becomes the
the
president,
president. Yeah,
and he's like,
that's
inst- institutes the 25th Amendment, which calls for martial law in the United States, and says,
well, 25th Amendment is to replace the president because he's
"I'm sorry,
unfit for duty.
25th, yeah," it
Which,
calls for
which,
martial law.
yes, which that was so Singer is taken into custody because they think he did a hit on
Yeah,
Newman.
yeah. Well,
That's how
because
they
they
play
what's
it.
it called? They caught him talking like, "I told y'all to kill her when you had the chance," which doesn't mean that he called a hit. He was just saying like, "Hey guys, like she's a soup. Like y'all should have gotten rid of her when you guys had the
Yeah,
chance."
but the way it's cut
Yeah,
and
yeah,
played,
exactly. Obviously, it makes it seem like he put a hit.
yep,
So he leaves the Speaker of the House to become the president, and
who
then the
is in the
Speaker of the
pocket of
House,
is in the pocket of Homelander.
Homelander, and he's like, okay, what's it called? He goes, I'm gonna be working completely alongside Homelander, and there you go. Homelander gets what he's always wanted. He's at the top, and everybody has to listen to him now.
Yep.
There's no more Stan Edgars. There's no Newmans. There's nobody else to what's it called to like.
Speaking of Stan Edgar, we have not seen him since Newman took him away from that car.
Who knows, man? Who knows? I don't
You
know. Maybe that's
maybe
season two of Gen V or
maybe
something.
Stan Edgar helps form the Godolkin kids, and then
I don't
gets
know.
Ryan and all them.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know
But
is that
Edgar's still alive. Stan Edgar is still a
yeah,
problem for
I
Homelander.
have complete faith in Kripke that he's gonna wrap up all these loose ends that
Yeah.
he's left here. I know he's gonna wrap them up well. So I'm just excited for what we do there. But to me, where the best things happen, one of the best things that happened this season and this episode was the stuff with Frenchie and Kimiko. I love that moment they had with each other, where he tells her like, what's it called? Like it's you, like you're the one who I love, and I don't love anybody else, but I love you. They finally kiss, which I had noticed from this whole time. They had never been intimate with each other at all.
No, I mean because they were afraid to.
They're afraid to.
And they finally figured out it's better to. They're both messes, and it's better to be a mess together.
Yeah. But what I didn't expect when all of that's happening with the Godolkins, with the bad ones, they're rallying up everybody. Um, Karen Fukuhara speaks her first words,
Yeah,
and it's no.
yeah.
Which where they're taking Frenchie, I don't know. I think that to me those last 5 minutes of this episode. Oh my god, some of the best in this whole season, some of the best in this series, just completely, setting up the ground for season 5.
Yeah.
And how we're gonna reband with the boys and how we're gonna reform them and to take down Homelander. But oh my god, what a great last minutes of the episode. I really hope that Karen Fukuhara is up for an Emmy. I hope that she qualifies for it because that whole performance in this episode just really broke my heart. Really broke my heart. And I loved her in this episode. But Brad, what you think about the ending, man?
Great. I mean, you had so many different twists and turns in this. I just loved it. That
And of
was
course
probably
the
my
mid-credit scene.
yeah. The end credit. We'll get to that though. Like I said, the team, the boys being captured, and then basically, Butcher kind of riding off into the sunset in a way, to go wherever he's going. But the way M was captured was hilarious to me. Kimiko and Frenchie, that broke your heart, and then Annie and Huey. That's another.
Yeah.
That was another one that you wonder what's going to happen.
Yep. Yep.
But Starlight does have her powers back.
She has her powers back. She was able to use them.
And got out of there.
Got out of there, which that was great, and I loved it. But the mid-credit scene, Soldier Boy is back.
Soldier Boy is still alive.
Yes,
You
which
can't
we were
kill Soldier
convinced
Boy apparently.
that they killed Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
And that did not happen.
No, he's just back to being asleep again, like he was in the Russians.
Yeah. Which, how is that going to work now? Like, this is gonna be like a Winter Soldier in Civil War, where they just made him completely like bad by saying some stuff.
I don't know. Like, how is Soldier Boy going to be after that explosion? Is he going to remember anything? Is he going to know? Is he going to, still be the same Soldier Boy dick that we all know and love and treat Homelander like shit? Like, I don't know.
But man, what a great episode, Brad. I loved it. This was so freaking good, man. So near perfect to me. It just took me out with the CGI where I was like, okay, this is just with the lighting you had, like, it just felt very out of place. But I love this episode. I love this season. The season This is my second favorite season of the show, and I'm gonna go ahead and give the season overall gets a 9.25 out of 10, but this episode gets a 9.75 out of 10 from me. Brad, what is your season final verdict and your episode final verdict?
I think I've given mostly 9s throughout the season,
Yeah,
except for this episode.
the Huey episode, I think you gave it a 10, Brad. Huey's
Uh,
dad.
I think I gave that a 9.5.
Yeah.
I don't think I gave that a 10. So I mean, it's generally been around averaging probably. It'll probably be a 9.25 for the whole season, which is very high. It's a really good season. But if I'm going to give a 10 to any episode, it's going to be this episode. So I'm going to give it 10.
All right, man. Yeah. In the season?
9.25.
All right, man. Love this. Love this episode. This the season, man. The show is just great. I'm not ready to see it end, Brad. Especially because I got into this show.
Which by
like
the way, we have Gen V coming up.
we do.
So I mean, that's good. That's good. Like we were kind of concerned that Gen V wasn't going to have, the same quality, I guess, as the boys, and then that got totally just blown to shreds when they released the first season. We're like, this is really fucking good.
Yeah. I'm not ready to say goodbye to this show in 2026. I think that I got into the show in 2022, Brad, and I've been loving it ever since. I wasn't here for the beginning of the ride, but once I got on the ride,
Yeah.
I was so down with the show, and I love what it represents, and I love the commentary it brings out. But yeah, man, I'm sad to see it end this season. I'm sad to see this season go, but I'm excited for Gen V season 2. I'm even more excited for season 5 of The Boys and seeing how they conclude the show, because I think that for us to finally have an end in sight and not have it dragged out like other shows, I think I'm really excited to see how they finish up this story. So, without further ado, thank you all so much for joining us on our review. Make sure you keep up to date with us on all our socials, thenerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Letterboxd at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/the Nerdcore for our episode, our Bergman review tomorrow of Smiles of a Summer Night. It will be live early and ad-free on Patreon.com/Nerdcore before it gets released to everybody on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central Time. So go ahead and check all that out by going to patreon.com/nerdcore. Our Discord link is in the description below, so you can discuss all things The Boys with us. And of course, if you're on YouTube, leave a comment. What you think about this episode? What you think about this season? How hyped are you for season 5? And are you going to be watching Gen V season 2? Let us know all of that stuff in the comments. We would love to talk with you guys. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss another show, another review on the channel. And of course, if you're on the podcast side of things, leave a 5-star review, and also make sure that you're following us on that podcast app of choice. All of it helps us out so much. So please go and check us out there. Brad, it's been a lot of fun, bro. Great show. Another great season. It was awesome to do our reviews. Next week, guys, no a Saturday review for the live show, but Friday we have something special for you guys. We rarely do live shows that aren't about anything other than shows being reviewed. But Friday, we're going to lean back. We're going to hang out with you guys. And we're going to try out the DiGiorno Deadpool and Wolverine pizzas. And I think maybe the Jack in the Box, I might get that delivered through like Uber Eats or something here.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to do all that. We're just going to eat food and we're going to hang out with each other on stream. So I hope
maybe we'll get some cards out or something again.
Yeah. A little time to hang out and
we'll figure something out.
Relax with you guys. Yeah. But that said, that's going to be our Friday. No Saturday, but we'll be back Sunday for, House of Dragon if the episode's not too long and I don't have to go through it again because I will be working next Monday. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But for now, we'll keep you guys detailed on all that. But without further ado, Brad, let's go ahead and send him out of here.
All right, our own theming host as always. Thank you to the Real Seller for being the only person to post in chat today. But thank you to anyone who posts in future chats. Thank you to listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And I guess to end this very special episode of this end of the season, I'll just say, don't make love to your significant other's doppelganger. Young Yoda out.
Even your girl will consider that cheating.
Like you did